On the successful completion of this module, you shall be able to understand the concept of marketing and its importance in current business environment, the scope of marketing, the evolution of modern marketing philosophy, and the fundamentals of marketing concept.
The present economy is an economy of abundance and supply driven. The rapid technological innovations and automation of production techniques have increased the variety as well as output many folds. With the advancement of instant communication system, the internet, backed by fast and secure transportation facilities, the world economy has become a global village. As a result, geographical distance is no more a major problem. Governments are liberalizing their respective economies and inclined to reap the advantages of globalization. Now, customers have multiple options for any product or service. They can easily switch over from product offered by one manufacturer to others better offer. All these developments have made the market economy highly competitive. Such situations compel business entities to rethink and search for a better answer to the old questions in a current new scenario. What is business all about? Noted thinker Theodore Levitt says the purpose of a business is to create and keep customer. This quote is quite valuable in searching the answer to a question in a current business scenario. Moreover, it will also bring into light what marketing is and why it is so important. Marketing in the current business environment. Business entities exist because someone has a need and they want to fulfill. However, there are many hindrances to clear before doing so. First of all, they have to know about such need very clearly. Then they have to develop such a product or service that meets those needs. Even after developing the right product, it is crucial to communicate about the product and convince the target market to buy it. Later, they have to help the customer in case of any problem in using the product and get customer feedback to improve the product. This will maintain and further expand the business in the long run. Fortunately, there is one solution to all these problems mentioned here, and the answer is marketing. Guess why not selling?
The present economy is an economy of abundance and supply driven. The rapid technological innovation and automation of production technique have increased the variety as well as output many folds. Also, with an advancement of instant communication system, mainly the internet, backed by the fast and secure transportation facilities, the world economy has become a global village. As a result, geographical distance is no more a major problem. Moreover, governments are liberalizing their respective economies and inclined to reap the advantages of globalization. Now, customers have multiple options for any product or service. They can easily switch over from the product offered by one manufacturer to others better offer. And all of it is making the marketing highly competitive. Such situations compel business entities to rethink and search for better answers to the old question in a new current scenario. What is business all about? Theodore Levitt says the purpose of a business is to create and keep a customer. This quote is still valuable in searching the answers to the question in the changed business environment. Moreover, it will also bring into light what marketing is and why it is crucial. Let's study what is the marketing scenario in the current business environment. Business entities exist because someone has a need and they want to fulfill it. And however, there are many hindrances to clear before doing so. First of all, they have to know about such need very clearly. Then they have to develop such product or service that meet that needs. Even after developing the right product, it is crucial to communicate about the product and convince the target market to buy it. Later, They have to develop the customer in case of any problem in using their product and get customer feedback to improve the product. Fortunately, there is one solution to all the above mentioned difficulties, and that is marketing. But why not sales? Which is the question that comes in our mind. And now we will study what marketing actually is. Marketing is the process of identifying human needs and developing goods and services to cater those needs better than competitors offering in a profitable manner. This way, it tries to look at the whole business from consumers' point of view. According to Philip Kotler, marketing is a societal process by which individuals and groups obtain what they need and want through creating, offering, and exchanging products and services of value with others. In the above definition, Kotler makes it clear that marketing is not just art of selling products. The very essence of marketing concept lies in the establishment of mutually satisfying relationships between buyer and firm. This way, it delivers a higher standard of living. The job of marketing is not devising clever tricks to dispose of or get rid of the product which has been produced and priced by the company at its convenience. In the words of well known expert Roger Blackwell, to have what will sell, not it's a mere chance, but it's a result of careful planning and implementation. It starts well before production and remains after final sales. And keeping in view the current level of competition, the marketer has to be more cautious and proactive while doing this job. That's all. Let's focus on the importance of marketing now. The final success of a company often depends on the marketer's ability to take right decision. Production, finance, operation, and other business functions will not really matter if there is no demand of the company's offerings. The major problem that marketers face is the dynamic nature of the market. Also, marketing people have to decide future decisions on the basis of the past behavior, and the success and failure of such decisions mainly depend how well a particular marketer anticipates the future. Anticipating changes in the consumer's behavior and preferences, competitors' reaction, etc., and making continuous improvement in the value offering are not easy tasks. There is also a lot of scope for marketing. Generally, it is thought that only products and services can be marketed. However, it is a very limited view of the task marketers perform. Marketing people are involved in the marketing of 10 types of entities, which includes goods, having physical goods like machines, cars, trucks, food, furniture, cosmetics, medicines, etc. Services, which includes the work of hotel, barber, electricians, doctors, teachers, etc. Events like trade shows, book fair, artistic performances, sports events like Olympics, Asian Games are also marketed to attract large viewers. Next is experiences. Multiplexes, films, amusement and water parks, theme restaurants, etc. provide experiences. People enjoy the luxury and ambience of multiplexes, get thrilled by taking roller coaster rides. Theme parks like Kingdom of Dreams, situated in Gurgaon, Haryana, mainly sells different types of experiences to the people of all age groups. Ideas. Every marketing offerings comprises a basic idea. Products and services deliver some idea or benefit. NGOs, governments, and companies regularly promote some ideas by creating awareness about health, promoting family planning, AIDS, the evils of drug, planting more trees, save water, etc. Information, books, magazines, schools, universities, medical labs basically provide informations. Another entity is organizations. Different organizations such as governments, NGOs, etc. also try to build strong and favorable image in the minds of their target publics. Persons, politicians, film stars want to be famous and have a positive image in public. Celebrity marketing is a major business. Nowadays, self branding is becoming popular. A wide range of health products of Patanjali Ayurveda Limited mainly depends on Yog Guru Baba Ramdev's image in public. Dr. Batra's chain of homeopathy clinics success is linked with the professional efficiency of Dr. Batra. Another is places. Cities, states, and nations compete to attract more tourist companies and foreign investment. They are using interesting ad campaigns with catchy taglines for such purpose. Like Kerala, state promotes itself by claiming God's own country. Madhya Pradesh, India ka dil dekho. And the last one is properties. Properties are intangible ownership rights of real properties like land, buildings, or financial property like share, bonds, mutual funds. As they are also bought and sold, so require marketing. Real estate agents, investment companies, banks, etc. are involved in marketing of properties. Let's study the evolution of the marketing concept. Every organization has to decide the philosophy which guides its marketing efforts. This will help the organization to plan how it will serve the target consumers. There are six concepts under which it can conduct marketing activities, which we will now discuss. First is the production concept, which is one of the oldest concepts in business. It holds that consumers will prefer products that are inexpensive and widely available. Production oriented business concentrate on achieving high production efficiency, low costs and mass distribution. And they believe on one product fits all. They go for mass production to attain economies of scale and share it with consumers by charging low prices for their offerings. Such orientations make sense in markets where demand exceeds supply and competition is non existent or low. Here, the main focus is on making the production more efficient, and marketing plays a secondary role as products sell automatically, and this can be seen through the figure. The second concept is the product concept. The product concept proposes that the consumers prefer those products which are of best quality or have innovative features. Managers of product oriented businesses continuously try to make offering better. Often, they develop a love affair with their product, losing focus on consumers' actual need. For such organizations, there is always the risk of searching the market after developing the product which nobody needs. Next is the selling concept, which says that key to success lies in making aggressive selling and promotional efforts. Organizations adopting the sales orientation assume that consumers tend to postpone buying decisions and it is the salesman's job to overcome this. Such organizations believe that with having efficient sales force, they can sell whatever they can make in place of making what consumers need. Therefore, the key task is to organize an effective sales force. Continuing with the discussion on selling concept, the following statement of S. Zeman, who is Coca-Cola's former vice president of marketing, reflects the selling orientation quite well. The purpose of marketing is to sell more stuff to more people, more often for more money, in order to make more profits. But here, there is no focus on consumers' need. As a result, such organizations often struggle to make the demand of their product consistent. Often, they use deceptive and fraudulent practices to sell their products. They ignore that customer will not return of bad mouth or even complain to consumer forum. The fourth is marketing concept, which holds that the key to achieve organizational goals is being more effective than competitors in creating, delivering, and communicating superior offerings to the target market. Instead of make and sell philosophy, it focuses on sense and respond. In the words of Peter F. Drucker, the aim of marketing is to know and understand the customer so well that the product or service fits him and sells itself. What Drucker said simply means that if the job of marketing is to solve people's problem, then it is important to find from where the problem came. The answer is simple: life. And that is why it is important for marketers to study life. To be customer oriented, it is not necessary to be a giant company. Even a small enterprise can adopt this philosophy. What is needed is the careful and systematic consideration of the consumer, ascertaining the consumer's need first and then developing products to satisfy those needs not only make new customers but also maintain the existing ones. Research shows that it is easier to keep existing customers than attracting new ones. Also, a pleased customer buys the product again, pay less attention to the other competing brands, and advise others to buy the product. Marketing concept also has its four pillars, which are: first is target market. Before launching the business, a company should choose a particular market to initiate marketing research to understand the unique features and need of that particular market. Second is customer need. Understanding targeted customer needs is key to success. Marketers have to be very attentive and imaginative while solving customers' problem in satisfying manner. Next is integrated marketing. Once the need of the target market is understood, all the different departments of the company have to work together to deliver the right product. Marketing is far too important to be left alone to the marketing department. Every department must think of customer. This teamwork among the departments leads to integrated marketing. And the last is profitability. The ultimate objective of all the above mentioned efforts is to make company able to earn sufficient profit in a sustainable manner. Here, it is the byproduct of customer satisfaction. The last marketing concept is the societal marketing concept, which holds that a company should make marketing decisions by considering consumers' wants, the company's requirements, and society's long run interest. There are chances of conflict among consumer wants, company's interest, and long run societal welfare. Marketers' task is to satisfy the needs and wants of the consumers better than competitors without making any compromise with society's and consumers' well-being. Now we will study the core concepts of the marketing, out of which first is segmentation, target market, and positioning, which says that all customers are not same and so are their needs and wants. They differ in their demographic, geographic, behavioral, and psychographic profile, and so their needs and wants. Therefore, one size fits all is not possible everywhere. It is crucial to divide the market into segments of customers having similar needs before offering the product and select the most suitable segment. Market segmentation is the process of dividing the market into segments of customers having similar needs. Moving on to the next core concept, which is needs and wants and demands. The marketer has to understand the needs, want, and demand of the target market. Needs are the basic human requirements like air, water, food, etc. Need becomes want when it is directed to specific object to satisfy that need. Wants are exact desires of individual. When wants are backed by an ability to pay, they become demand. A company has to deliver an offer to satisfy targeted customers' need, which leads us to our next core concept, that is offerings and brands. An offering can be a product, service, idea, experience, or combination of these. Brand is an offering from a known source. Brands differentiate companies' offerings from its competitors. Every company attempts to build a strong and favorable brand image among customers. The offerings which will be successful only if it satisfies the target customer. A customer will buy only that product which he perceives to deliver maximum value. Further, value is a ratio between what customers get, that is benefit, and what she gives, that is cost. Satisfaction reflects the customer's experience with product in comparison to her earlier expectations with it. If the performance is more than expectations, the customer is delighted. More producers do not sell their products directly to the final consumers. A set of intermediaries stand between the producer and the final end user. These intermediaries constitute a marketing channel, which is the next core concept. One of the chief roles of marketing channels is to convert potential buyers into profitable customers. Wholesalers, retailers, agents, transportation companies, independent warehouses, banks, etc. provide different types of services to produce as well as to consumers. Last is the marketing environment, which comprises actors and forces outside marketing that affect company. It is made up of micro and macro environment and remain in a constant state of change. Marketers must be the environmental trend tracker and opportunity seeker.
Let us summarize the whole discussion we have done till now. Marketing is the process of identifying human needs and developing goods and services to cater those needs better than competitors offering in a profitable manner. In today's highly competitive market, the financial success of any company often depends on the marketer's ability to take the right decision. The job of marketing is to solve people's problems, and its scope is not just limited to products and services.